guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a cute card I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way really quick. I just finished designing cards for my latest card class. It's called the Frist Frost stamp set is what we used. So I just wanted to take a minute to share how those works. This is how I mail everything to everybody that signs up for my classes. So this is one of the card packets. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. So I put everything within this packet and then mail it to them. Everything, once they get it, every item that they need for each individual card is in the envelopes. So I provide all the cardstock and 2 envelopes. I do 4 designs and we make 2 of each design. So within this, each envelope there is another envelope and then everything to make 2 cards. So there's double everything. So I do these every week. If you're interested, you could visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. And currently right now I'm doing the Winter Woods class, and that one is a little bit different. Normally I have you register and then I order everything. Everything comes to me. I repackage everything up and then include those card packets I just showed you. But for the Winter Woods, and then I'm also doing the Still Night this way. You use the hostess code, you go to my blog, my Stampin' Up store, and you place the order yourself, and then you're only getting the video. Those 2 classes, I'm not providing the cardstock. So if you're interested, all the information is on my blog, like I just said. But since I was wrapping up the Frist Frost class, I had another idea for a card. So this is it. So I just wanted to share this with you guys really quick today. And it uses just a little bit of the beautiful DSP paper. This is probably the prettiest paper. It's the Frosted Floral Specialty Designer Series paper. It is just phenomenal. If you haven't ordered that, I highly suggest that you do so. So we'll get started because I don't want to take forever today. So we're going to use the Frist Frost stamp set and the framelits. And then I'm going to use Mint Macaron and Blackberry Bliss ink. I'm using the Tranquil Tide satin ribbon, and then or it's velvet ribbon, I guess, and the Tailored Tag Punch, and the Big Shot. I'm using the Subtle Impressions embossing folder. I don't think I can make a card anymore without using that. Okay, so our card base is Tranquil Tide. I'm just going to score that really quick and lay it out of the way. And then I have a piece of the DSP that is cut at 4 by 1.5 inches. And then I just have a teeny tiny strip that we're going to use for our sentiment of Whisper White. And then just some scrap Whisper White so I can stamp my flowers on. So I'm going to do the Big Shot work first, so that way we can just kind of get it out of the way, what we can do first. And then I'll have to do some stamping, and we'll have to bring that back in here in just a minute. I can get all these dies off here. So the one that we're going to do first is we're going to take the circle from the largest circle from the stitched oval framelits. And I think I have another. I didn't lose my die. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we'll just pop that out, and then we're going to use this framelit as well. And I'm just going to kind of maneuver that and see if we can get both of these on here at once. So I need 2 of these and then 2 of this design, and there's no stamping. We're just going to cut those out, and then we'll just go ahead and do the circle while we're there. And we'll just run this through really quick. We'll just pop out that circle. And then we'll be able to just pop these out really quick. And then we're going to have to run that through again. Let me grab my piercing tool so I can pop that out easier. Okay. And then we'll just lay this one back on there. Let's try this one. I think this one is going to fit, but there we go. And then we'll use this piece for that one. Done with that framelit, and we'll put this to the side. Oh, that one stayed in my paper. Okay, that one I must not have had lined on there very well, we'll just run that through again. There we go. Not sure what happened there. Usually one of these will loosen it up enough that we can, there we go, pop it right out. And then I'm just going to change the magnetic platform really quick, and we'll run our piece of Blackberry Bliss through the embossing folder, and then we'll just have to stamp our little flowers and then die cut them out. Okay, I'm just going to move this off to the side. We're done with the bookshop platform, but we'll need the magnetic platform again in a minute. So there is that. I love this embossing folder. So I'm just going to lay that up there, and then I'll bring in the Whisper White. So what I need to do is stamp one of the flowers in Mint Macaron. So we'll just stamp that down. Then I'm just going to leave this open but move it off to the side really quick. Then we're going to have to clean our stamp. And when I'm doing this, I like to go from the lightest color to the dark. And then I don't have a paper towel, but I have a Kleenex here, so I'm just going to make sure I have that dried. And then you just want to make sure that you're stamping these far enough apart that the framelit will fit on. So we need 2 of the Blackberry Bliss. And then while I have that open, I'm going to go ahead and also stamp the sentiment really quick. And we just want to leave enough that we can banner both ends of that when we're ready. Okay. Now I'm going to leave the Mint Macaron open because we're going to use it again in a minute. But right now I want to run these through. So let's just line this up. If I can get my magnets, I'm having issues with them all day. I was making the videos. If you take my class, I email you the private video link, and I don't ever share the cards with anybody else. I don't ever post them like on my blog or anything like that. I just use them for my class. It's kind of like one of the perks of signing up to take my class. Okay. So I send a private YouTube video link, and then you can watch the video whenever you want, wherever you want, however many times you want. If you haven't taken one of my classes, I would love to have you join us. Oops. Kind of scoot it down. I have found that down here in this corner seems to work the best. Okay. And I dropped it. Okay. Dropping everything. Now my piercing tool fell over there. Oh, it's been one of those days, you guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll just take some snail and put on the back of the Blackberry Bliss layer. Center that on your Tranquil Tide piece. Put a little bit of snail on that banner piece that we're going to put right here in the middle. Okay. Now I want to show you a little trick, and I'm going to have to stop the video, pause it, and then I'll come back when these things are dry. But I'm going to use this box, and it's just an old Stampin' Up box that I got a shipment in, and I'm going to layer all of these items in the box like this. Now the first thing I want to do though, before I do that, I almost forgot. The reason I wanted to leave the mint macaron open, and I think I lost one of my little twigs, so while I'm waiting I'll go ahead and cut another one of these out. I don't see it. I could have swore I cut 2 out though, because there's 1, there's 2. I'll find it. Oh, here it is. I left it in the box. So, if you noticed on the card that I made, there is a little bit of depth on the leaves, and I'm just going to show you how I did that. I didn't want a lot, I just wanted a little bit, just something to add dimension. So I just took the little flourish, the vines, whatever you want to call them, and I make sure that you have the right side that you want the coverage on, and I just barely tapped into my mint macaron, and you can see it just gives it an even with this wider leaf. And this one you just really want to be careful with. You don't want to get too much of it on there, because I didn't want a full coverage a lot. I just wanted something like that, because I think it makes it look like the design of the flowers. So something like that. So now I'm going to have to be careful, try not to get that ink on my fingers. So I'm going to go back to the box, and I'm going to layer everything in here singly. I just keep dropping everything. Okay. And then I have one of our spritzers, and I've got a little bit of alcohol with a little bit of water, and then I didn't bring it over here with me. It's the champagne, I can't remember the exact name, but when I come back I'll tell you guys. I'll have it and I'll show it to you. So I'm just shaking this up really good, and this is just going to give it a shine. And I'm just going to spray everything in here. Okay. And then I'm going to let that dry. And like I said, when I come back, I'll have the exact name of that for you guys. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Everything is dried. I hope you can see even on the little tag. I don't think the camera's picking that up, but I know it will pick it up on this. It's a darker color with that. But even on the leaves, they have the little sprigs. They have the little shimmer on them too. And the flowers, I think, are the most dramatic. It really changes the color. I think the water saturating them. I can talk. I think that really helps. So this is what I was going to show you, is the Champagne Mist Shimmer Paint in the Holiday Catalog. There's a couple of different other colors in there. I can't remember which other ones are in there, but I did want to grab that one. And then I also wanted to tell you guys, I accidentally put this down, and I needed to put the ribbon on there. So it's really easy. I have just been doing this. If I want to go back and add something later, I can just lift that right off if you pry softly on it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the velvet ribbon, and I'm just going to put it right there at the bottom, and just kind of like that. Now the snail that is on the back is going to help secure that. Just make sure that you line it up just like I am right there, where the snail will grab a hold of it a little bit. And since I peeled it up and we're going to be putting it back down, I am just going to add some more snail on that. Just, and that piece came off. I didn't think I had that side secure as the other. There we go. Okay. And then we'll just simply put that right back down where we originally had it. And then I'm just going to take the sentiment and snip just a little bit off of the end. And then I'm just going to use the tailored tag punch and just banner both of my ends. You just got to make sure you get it centered. And there you go. And then I'm just going to take a couple of dimensionals, probably 3. And I'm just going to place this right on the left-hand side of the card, right on top of the velvet ribbon, right like that. Then I'm going to take another little piece of the ribbon and just run it through there. And you wouldn't even have to do this part if you didn't want to, but I just kind of wanted the little extra right there at the end. And then you can just banner cut those really short because you don't want them if you're going to mail it especially. So just something like that, just to add a little bit of extra, kind of like that. Isn't that cute? Okay. Then I'm just going to take the circle, and I'm also going to pop that up on a couple of dimensionals, probably 4. And we'll just peel those off. And I'm just going to center that right there on the card. Some of my little side ones I think fell off. So then I just took one of the Blueberry Bliss flowers, and I'm just going to put a little bit of snail on the back just to give it a start where we can start putting our leaves, like the vine things on here. And you just want to make sure that you don't have anything like this sticking out that you don't want. You can snip it off or just fold it back and let the snail hold it in place, but I'm just going to snip mine off. And then I just kind of did them opposite, going in opposite directions. You can kind of turn them a little bit so that way it doesn't appear like they're the exact same branch, kind of like that. And then I'm going to take this one and just kind of move it something like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to bend that back, snip it off, watch your fingers, you don't want to cut yourself. And then you just kind of lay it on there, but before I do that, I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals back here, strategically placed, to help hold all of that down, and to make sure too that it's not gonna show through. And then I'm just going to go ahead and peel the back off. And I went ahead and put this one down, this piece down, and I just kind of eyeballed it where I thought I was going to want it to go. Put a dimensional, and you could put 1 or 2. You can even do something like this if you have the little extra pieces that are following you over from your craft table. And then I just kind of put this one kind of over top of that one. And then we'll grab, I'm just going to go ahead and try to fit 2 of the larger ones just side by side. Okay, and make sure that you guys hit the like button and please subscribe, and then you can also visit my blog. I'll have the full PDF that you can download and print for free. So there you go. That is just another take on a card idea for my Frist Frost class and now YouTube subscribers. Thanks, guys.